So we got a fresh patch to unpack, update 1.07. And trust me, there's more in here than the usual tiny fixes. The big headline that a lot of people are asking about is that the patch is laying groundwork for the new season drop that's scheduled for February 20th. So you'll see a few presentation and uniform tweaks aimed at making sure everything looks right once the season content goes live. You probably noticed some small but annoying visual quirks before this hit. For example, the banner in the home arena for the Cleveland Cavaliers was showing the conference championship display off a little, and that's been corrected so the home presentation matches what it should be. Likewise, the home jersey presentation for the Denver Nuggets had a Nike logo color that wasn't quite right, and the devs fixed the color so the uniforms read properly on camera. These kinds of tweaks don't sound huge, but they add up. When you're watching cutscenes or walking into arenas, it makes the whole package feel more polished. On the player's side, there's a decent slate of likeness and hair work done across a list of names. The patch updates hairstyles and facial likeness for a chunk of players, including DeAndre Ayton, RJ Barrett, Miles Bridges, Noah Clowney, Jackson Hayes, Jay Huff, Malik Monk, Kelly Oubre Jr., Zachary Rees-Asher, Peyton Watson, and Mark Williams. After the initial update, you'll notice more accurate hairlines, adjusted face shapes, and small details that make a lot of players look closer to their real-world selves, especially in mid-range camera angles where those little things used to stand out. Beyond static looks, the patch also brings additional hair physics and dynamics to another group of players: Lindsey Allen, Tumani Kamara, Cade Cunning, DeMar DeRozan, Bones Highland, Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Joe, Miles McBride, Olivia Nelson-Ododa, Oscar Thompson, Maminyan Toure, Jabari Walker, and Jalen Williams. That means when they're sprinting down the court or whipping their head around for a rebound, the hair behaves more naturally. It's subtle, but it sells the motion and keeps immersion from breaking when the camera catches close-ups. On the gameplay and stability front, the team knocked out a handful of hangs and freezes that could give you headaches during key moments. There was a particularly odd one where an inbounds play after a blocked shot could freeze the game, and that's been resolved, so those annoying 5 to 10 second limbos during live plays should be gone. There were also some stability improvements aimed at preventing freezes during pregame shoot-arounds, which was where some players experienced abrupt lockups before tip-off. Those improvements are meant to keep the flow intact as you load into matches. Additionally, the Learn 2K Alley-Oop tutorial had an interrupt issue that would stop it from completing for some users. That now completes as intended, so the basic tutorial progression should be smooth. If you spend time in the city or running with a crew, the patch addresses a batch of mode-specific issues. Long browsing sessions in the in-game stores could cause hangs for some players, and returning to the crew member's screen after a disconnection sometimes trigger the freeze. Both of those scenarios have been patched to improve long session stability and usability. Season transitions inside MyCourt have also been tightened up so you won't see awkward pauses when advancing NBA seasons. While playing ante-up, player stats and the average teammate grade on the matchup screen are now showing correctly. And the game stats menu will dismiss properly if you open it right before player intros, which removes a frustrating UI lockout that used to happen in those split-second windows. For MyTEAM builders, a couple of quality of life fixes landed. Certain badges were incorrectly hidden in the coaching tab, blocking progress in coach training challenges. That's fixed, so training flow should be back to normal. The display for dynamic duo badge boosts has been corrected to better reflect their actual in-game values, and several small UI responsiveness enhancements across MyTEAM menus were implemented to make navigation feel snappier. On the long-form modes like MyNBA, MyGM, and the W, they patched a timing-specific hang that occurred when exiting those modes while using custom logos, so exiting and returning should feel less error-prone. The winning team display on the Jumbotron during FIBA celebration sequences was corrected so it presents properly, and a PC-only hang tied to saving certain custom uniforms that used specific fonts was fixed, so creators using custom designs won't run into that particular crash. Overall, this patch feels like a behind-the-scenes tidy-up that avoids changing core balance or meta, but makes the entire experience more stable and visually consistent. Not flashy, but very welcome if you've been tripping over small bugs or visual oddities. That's the run-through. Nothing in here asks you to relearn systems, but it does make the game smoother to play and look at across a lot of different situations. So whether you're playing single games, running seasons, or building MyTEAM, your sessions should feel cleaner after this one.